Hello, it's Mr. Abednego Mashone with you on this video. In this short video, I want to introduce you to the basic interface of every graphics design software that you will come across. You know, in every graphic design software, there are several buttons or functions that you would see in them that are always similar across the platforms, whichever software you are working with. So what I'm trying to say is that when these features I want to show to you, wherever you see them, know that you should be able to know what each of those buttons are used for. You don't because in this lesson I will be, as in the course of the training, I'm not going to make use of just one application. So, and after this training, more applications I'm very sure will be coming, because I'm not going to really be able to introduce you to all the applications there are that do graphic designing. So, but by the time we are done with this class, I'm hoping that with the knowledge you should be able to use it to just download any software that you could use to design graphics and find your way through it without anybody helping you. That is actually the very main purpose of this class, not how to really use a mock-up graphic design apps. Okay, so now without wasting much time, because I've talked too much now, we need to launch our app. I think I will still make use of this Pixel Lab. Remember, or rather, if you've not gotten it, you can get it from your Google Play Store. All right, just type Pixel Lab on the Google Play Store and you get it, or you go to App Store if you are an iPhone user. All right, so this is the interface. Now, for this Pixel Lab, they always the designers made your home page or the default page to be just like this. However, in most applications, the default page, which is the canvas where you work on, is always blank white. Now, where this the shade that you can see now, where this my recording button is rolling on, is known as your canvas. Just like the canvas that traditional painters, that is people that are painting pictures, the kind of canvas they make use of, this is your electronic canvas. That is what you work on. Anything that appears on this shade will be in your final production. I think I've said this in some other videos as well. Now, like I told you, the purpose of this short video is not to design yet. It's to show you the various functions you should watch out for whenever you are working on your graphics. Now, this graph button, wherever you see it, you should know that you can use it to position your images so that they could align properly, so that all of them could be on the same line. That is, you can move your image to where you want it within the boxes of the graph. That is what that function is used for. Let's assume I want to push this text that I've held here. As I'm taking up, I will maybe I have another text. Let me duplicate it. Now I have another text here. How do I know that both of them are on the same level? How do I know that both of them are on the same level? So I have to, okay, now that I've pushed this one there, I have to bring this one now and make sure that it's also on the same line. As it is, both of them are on the same line. How was I able to do it? Because of this graph that is there. But let's assume the graph wasn't there. It will be, you discover that I could really let it stay like this. Yes, as it is now, both of them are not on the same line. Both of them are not on the same line anymore. The one here is lower than this other one, that is this way. So wherever you see this icon, be it on mobile apps or PC, you should know the function it performs. Now this icon that has is like a square with depth placed on top of each other is a sign of layer. Is the icon for layer. And layer in any graphic design software enables you to place objects on top of each other. You can have multiple layers in apps that have this function. So whenever you see this, you should know that it's for layer, meaning that you could place one object on top of each other. That is what the function is for. Now, if you want to see how you can arrange them, you tap on this. You can see that these are the three texts we've got on the system, and you can see them here. So you can see them here, all of this. These are the three texts we have on our canvas currently. You already know this. This one is for you to zoom. For those of you that already have been working with a system, this is always to undo whatever mistake you have made. Other conventional apps usually have the redo button, but this app does not have it, which is a flaw that I've discovered with it. But that notwithstanding, it's a great app you can work with. Now, wherever you see the plus button, it means you can use it to add something, whatever it may be. As of this one now is to add text. Then this icon is your save button, and this is for share. You are done with everything you want to do, you use this one for share in any application. And this one you can use it to add in any application. They are always working in the same way. And wherever you see three dots like this, know that there is something hidden. There are some functions that are hidden there. You need to click on it to see whatever that is in there. So the essence of this class is that whenever you open a new application that you don't understand how it works, try and explore every function that is in it. One thing I can assure you is that you can never run computer aground. It's not possible for you to run computer aground by mere operating it unless you cannot read and write. If you can read and write, you shouldn't be able to run your computer aground. Why did I have to say that? Because whatever you are doing on any system, be it phone or whatever, if you are about to take a dangerous step, the computer most time will always ask you if you are sure of what you want to do. If you are not sure of what you want to do, simply cancel the operation till you are very sure of what your action will result to before you go ahead to do what you want to do. That is for that. Now, wherever you see the icon A or T as a function in any graphic design application, always know that you can use it to add or manipulate your text. That is alphanumeric symbols, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, and symbols. This icon here is for photo editing. Most times is to change hue, to change the look of whatever you're doing, that of whatever picture you're working on. That is usually what this thing is used for. That is, you can use it to mix palettes together. Good. This particular icon here is not a general icon across platforms, but for Pixel Lab, it is used for manipulating figures and shapes, that is images and shapes. That is what it is used for. This icon is whenever you see it, it also could mean the same thing as this icon or for your background. In the case of this one, it has to do with the background a function of this system. This one is to this feature, that is this feature always enables you to do some form of instant manipulation to your objects that you've got on your canvas, or even the whole of the canvas most times. Like for this one, all the functions here, they affect the whole of the canvas immediately. Look at that is the background of the canvas. That is what it affects. Look at, as I'm touching, you can see. Look at as I'm moving it, you can see how it is going. All right, and even the hue, look at, you can see. Great. So that is for that. Now, whenever you see the image of a pencil, whether edit is written under it or not, know that just like the way this pencil here is now, there's nothing to show that you want. There's nothing like edit that is written under it. But wherever you see it, know that it will enable you to edit something, to work on something. And wherever you see this trash bin, know you can use it to delete any object. This icon you already know is for copy. It's a popular one that's across all platforms. Whereas this other one is not a popular icon used across platforms. In some platforms, this icon may mean that is to resize your image, but here it is to arrange your images in layers. So, and in other platforms, they are usually for a number, whereby you have to front, to back, forward, and backward. If you click on forward, it goes a step upward till you get to the top layer. You click on backwards, it goes a step backwards till you get to the final layer below. But here it's just only front and back. Now this symbol here is for your movement. Wherever you see it, is usually for movement, and this one for relative position. Here, because of, if it were to be just only one T, it represents text. It means that you could use it to add text to something, like the way here is A. If A wasn't here, what could have been here would have been T. But because one T is bigger than the other, it now means for text resizing, that is to change the text size, to enlarge it or reduce it. Wherever you see this pail with a droplet, you should know it is for color. Most applications make use of this icon for color, but some make use of the roller, that is the painter's roller, as their icon. Whereas this is for texture, usually also for background too. Then whenever you see this icon here that I'm roving this thing over, know that is to work on the opacity, that is the transparency, that is whether you want the object you're working on to be opaque or transparent. Let me just quickly show to you what I mean by opaque or transparent. All right, now we've got a circle here. Let's give it this color. Now it's okay. Now I want to give our background one color. Now it's okay. Let me add a text. Let me just quickly go for a quote. Let me pick this. Let me send this one down. All right. Now you can see that our shape is covering this text that is there. But then we can use this opacity or transparency feature to reveal what is behind it. That we are thinning it, it becomes a thin layer. You can see as I draw this way, it becomes opaque. I take it this way, it becomes transparent. Look at this. You can see now that all what is written there could be seen. This is the feature of this function, If you do not see this, you may see something like this to show transparency. But in the case of this one, it is not for transparency, but just to show, to make your background transparent. That is the function of this one as it is here. All right. Now this particular function is for you to adjust the color filter of your image. And look at what you could do with it. Let's assume you brought in a picture. Maybe you want us to import a picture. Let's just one quickly. Now we have a picture here. We are still we're trying to work on the color filter. Now look at what the filter way we do to the image. Can you see? As I'm moving through, you can see the way it is transforming the image. Look at the saturation. You can see. Look at the brightness. Now look at the contrast as well. Now let me tell you something. An image that had a very low quality could be worked on by just simply sliding on these functions, and you get some cool, good image from it. Let's assume the image you brought in was not really bright, like as we have this one here now. It's not very bright. So what do? We increase the brightness a little. But now that the brightness has been increased, the image is now looking hazy, which is not very okay. Now, how do you sort out that haziness? How do you remove it? You increase the contrast a little. You can see a little bit is coming out. If you increase the contrast too much, you will spoil your picture. So you need to increase it moderately so that you don't spoil the picture. Then maybe you want to work on the saturation, and you can see the picture of our mama is coming out kind of sharper now, and I think it's better than the way it had been. Then the hue, look at the hue. You may want to change it. I usually don't work so much with the hue unless for a specific purpose. That's when you may need to use the hue. All right, so that is for the color filter. Then this icon you see here is your eraser. You could use it to erase anything wherever you see. Look at the way I'm erasing things from erasing this picture. And if I'm okay with it, all I just need is to click OK. But I'm not okay with that, so I have to undo. Then this one is for stroke. This app calls this icon stroke. Both the icon and the name is not a general name. In other applications, especially in conventional applications like CorelDRAW and Photoshop, what they are referring to as stroke here is known as outline. So, but for here, this stroke icon or button does the work of outline. Now you look at the stroke. You can see this is what stroke mean for this application. But in conventional graphic design softwares, it is not known as stroke, but it is called outline. So, where if it's outline that you saw or stroke that you saw, you just know that this is what it is used for. In fact, I can also even add a stroke to this picture here. Look at. Let me make it black and see. You can see. This is what this is used for. You can see. Now this is what stroke is used for. As it is now, it has given our picture a kind of frame already, as you can see. All right. So let us move on from there. We're still on this. Of course, this is for color. And funny enough, for this app, you could even change your picture to just one color. Look at the picture has changed. to just one color. All right. Then whenever you see, let me darken our page color so that you could see the part I want to show to you. Now, wherever you see this this curve here, it means that you can use it to rotate your image 360 degree. You can see, you just tap it and turn, and it will rotate as you want it. All right. So, and you can position it anyhow you want it. That is for that. Now, this is for Max. This icon for Max is not a general one across graphics design platforms. And what I just want to tell you, one good thing about this Max icon here is that it will become handy for you when you want to design logos. There are several things you could do with it, and it will be very, very handy. In my subsequent videos in the course of this training, I think I will share them with you for you to see how you could make use of it when you want to design your logos. Whatever graphic design you are making use of, make sure that you look carefully at what is glaring at you so that you can learn most of them intuitively. Now, this is 3D rotation. Look at what 3D rotation will do. Let me take a background to white. You can use this one to rotate on the x-axis, whereas you can use this to rotate on the y-axis. If you don't know what x and y-axis is, that is just what is happening. I'm not a mathematician, but this is what it means by x and y-axis. Can you see? Right. So that is for that. But then let me take it to 0. If you are lost, you can see our picture is what you can see here now. This is our picture. So for us to make it go back to the normal, we need to take it to 0 degree. Need to take it to 0 degree. We need to take it to 0 degree. Now our picture has come to normal. The perspective. Look at when you enable this. Now that icon for perspective is the same across all platforms. This icon for this is the same across all platforms. So you can always know that is to change the perspective of your image. Look at this. You can see it has been skewed somehow. Look at. Is it skewed or what? I don't know. Please pardon my if I didn't say the right word, but I'm just trying to talk about the mutilation, the distortion of the image the way it is now. That is for this. So still working on this, talking about this. This is for shadow. Let's see what shadow will do. Now you can blur it, you can make it sharp, and you can do your offset. Look at offset. That is how far do you want it to be from the image. That is the shadow. How far do you want it to be? Look at. You can see. Go this on the x-axis. Now for the y-axis, either up and down. Where do you want it to be? So that is for the shadow. This is for your inner glow. Look at what it does. Let me look. Can you see? Look at this, the line inside this outline. That is what I want you to look at. Look at what happens to it. Can you see? Can you? All right. That is the work of that inner shadow. Now, one popular icon that is always handy is this emboss. I don't know. I always like making use of it. You can use it to make your picture as though it is engraved. Okay, so let me work on this. Let me shift this one this way, this one this way. Let's take this here. Now let us use the emboss feature. Look at what happens. Have you seen some graphics whereby they'll say press? Let us change the color now. Let us change the color quickly. Here's our color. Let's use the color to change. Now I will remove the outline so that I want to show you quickly what that is the stroke. Let me remove the stroke from it. Great. Now let us put text. Okay. Is that okay? Now I want to position the okay on the right place. So let me come this way. Use the relative position. I know you should know this by now. It's on the center now. Let me use the okay. I want to increase the size of my text. Let me increase the size of my text. Let me use the relative position to put it where I want it. Okay, it's too big. Let us reduce the size. Is it okay? Relative position. Good. I think I want to change the text font. To change the font to something. I think, what font should I use for it? What font is okay? What font is okay? Quickly, time is not on your side. You even on my side too. Let me check. What font am I to use now? We are short of font here. But let me take this. No, I think this is what I want. Let me take this. Okay. All right. It's not yet on the parallel point I want it. Okay, good. Let's go and change the color now. All right. Okay. Let me come here. Let me remove it from that emboss. Because I want to emboss all of them together. Great. All right. MC increase the size of our I think I'm okay with this. Let's make do with this. All right. Now we've got this, right? Now let's see what embossing we do. I want to group it before I do the emboss. Now how do I group? I have to click on this. Then I'll click on this here. That is to mark. I'll mark this and I'll mark this okay. Now that I've marked several, you can see this showing this link button. You see nothing link is shown here, but this icon means to link. This one is okay, this one is to edit, this one is to delete. So I'm going to link them together. It just told me to whether okay. I say yes, merge. They are already merged together. Let me close this. Now you can see they are meshed together. They have become one image. Now the emboss. Look at what the emboss will do to it. Now we've created for ourselves the OK button, right? Now let us undo what we have done to the OK button so that we can try another thing with it. Let's emboss the OK alone and see what happens to it. Now let's emboss this separately. Can you see? Now it seems like our OK has been engraven on the green circle. This is what the emboss button is used for. You can use this anytime you see this icon. You use it to draw. Look at. Use it to draw. You can use if your hands are very straight, you can draw so different type of thing. Wherever you see that icon, is always to draw across platforms. Before I end this section, I want to launch my Canva app to show you some of the features that I've been showing to you in this application, how they are also useful in the Canva app. This is your Canva homepage. That is if you are operating on the mobile app. If you can also access this application from your web browser on your system. As a first timer, you'll be required to sign in or sign up for it. You can either use your Google account or your Facebook account to sign up. Then what you should understand is that there are a lot of templates you can work with. In subsequent videos, we should be looking at them. Let's look at the features of this Canva. To start your project from the very scratch without using any of the templates, you need to click on this plus button. And then, if you want to see the project you have made so far, you have worked on so far, you click on this folder button. Now, to view your profile with them, you click on this account here for you to view your profile. Now, the next thing we look at is to start our project by clicking on the plus button. Good. Once we get here, you can click on the plus button again to start the project. And here is the canvas of Canva, the electronic canvas we work on. This icon here is to download, this is upload. So let me click on this. Remember I told you the other time on the other app, the icon for text was A, or rather is A. But here, the icon for text is T. Image remain the same, video, and this is for sticker. For the other one, for sticker, we had star. Here we have the, here we have this for illustration, we have this for template, we have this for logo, and we have this for page instead of copy. And let me just add something here so that some features can come up. Let me type this and there. Now that this picture is here, you can see that this crop icon has become visible, and even the copy icon as well, and delete. Don't forget the three dots I showed you the other time, that whenever you see it in any application, it means that there is something more to be gotten from it. Look at the three dots here. Here is not so pronounced. Now let's see what happens there. Here is only the transparency that is here. Remember, for the other one the other time, for transparency we have a different icon. But here, this icon, like I showed to you, is what we can see here. Now let's tap and see. As you drag, it's fading up, coming out, going. Just look at it. That's for this. And whatever you do, you either can undo here, redo. This one has undo and redo, whereas our other application does not have it. Then once you are done with what you are doing, you simply click on the good button and you are good to go. So these are the things I want you to understand with when it comes to graphics design. See you in my next video. I believe it wasn't just some minutes of ranting, shouting, and all that. I just want to believe that you got something tangible from all these that I have been saying. Do have a great day. Once again, it's Abednego Mashone with you on Basic Lessons in Graphics Design. Thank you very much for your time.